Hey, good morning. Welcome to our home here just outside of Kennesaw in North Georgia. Well, it's Sunday and I'm headed out to the shop to work on some lower end furniture for my friend. And it dawned on me that I have really done a lot of videos on flip furniture and how I use those techniques to touch up flip furniture. But I've never really showed you that those techniques are appropriate for higher end stuff. And I don't want you to get the idea that when you take the time to just restore a piece of furniture rather than completely refinish it, that it makes it a piece of junk. So I brought you into our home. I want to show you some furniture that I just got finished. This is a chest on chest made by Lane Furniture Company in 1962. I believe this is their Delineator series, which was designed by Paul McCobb. However, it does have these faux box joints in it, and I don't know if that was a feature of the Delineator series. If anybody knows for sure, please get in touch with me. But anyways, this piece, the dresser and mirror, the triple dresser and mirror, and excuse the glare coming in from the morning sun, and then two of these beautiful nightstands were auction pickups from 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I don't remember. And when I got these pieces, the tops, the finish of the tops, needed some attention, and I made a decision that I wasn't going to completely refinish these pieces because I want them to look old. They're made in 1962, so they're what, 60, geez, I don't know, do the math, 62, 40, 57, what, 55 years old, something like that. And I wanted them to look like they had some age to them, and there's nothing like, you know, the glow of a well-kept piece of older furniture. And this piece has, you know, doors that open up and pull out drawers, and it's in rosewood and walnut, rosewood and walnut. The tops were in bad shape, so rather than refinish them, what I did is, using the techniques that I've shown you, in this case, this piece got some steel wool and some scratch cover was all this piece needed. This piece here was probably the most significant of the repairs. The top was pretty badly damaged. And this got just some, well, not just, this got color touch-ups like I've shown you. And it also got wet sanding and multiple thin coats of lacquer were put on it. And when it was all done, it looks great. It maintains all its original color, and it still looks old, but very, very well kept. And then, interestingly enough, I'm going to have to turn down some of the sunlight here so you can see it. These two tables, end tables, their tops were in absolutely the worst condition. The finish was pretty much worn from here to here, and there were stains, water stains and things. And what I did is I started by wiping it down with acetone, and it almost appeared to me that it was a Danish oil finish with perhaps a light coat of lacquer over top of it. So what I did is I used Danish oil, multiple coats of Danish oil, and then I covered it with a wipe-on polyurethane and a little bit of color. I did put a little bit of color in here, but these tops came out beautifully, and you can see here the pulls that are consistent with the Paul McCobb design. And then there's the Lane furniture. And this here is an extra nut for the bed, which I'll show you in a minute. But these came out great. So, you know, here's some pieces of higher end furniture that were restored using the techniques that I've really pretty much just shown you for the lower end stuff that I deal with. And this bed, interestingly enough, is a mid-century piece from about the same time period, and it's done in walnut and rosewood, but this is from a completely different manufacturer and a completely different design. This is a Kent Coffee Perspecta bed. If you remember, last summer I restored a Kent Coffee Perspecta triple dresser, and that came out so well. That was a 3-day restoration. That came out so well, we kept that in our house, and I'll show you a picture of that right now. But this is the headboard that came with that when I bought it last summer, and it was in terrible shape. The finish was in terrible shape. And using the techniques, the wet sanding and the glazing and the lacquer applications and the color touch-ups, take a look at how nicely this finish came out. And this wasn't a complete strip and stain and mask off. This was just by using those touch-up techniques that I've showed you, and we were able to get that result. And since the set that we have is rosewood and walnut, and that is rosewood and walnut, you can see how nicely it matches with the rest of the set. So this is now proudly displayed in our guest bedroom. Again, the whole purpose of this here was to show you that these techniques can be used for higher-end furniture, and you can get these kinds of results, and you decide what you want it to look like. Do you want it to look like it's appropriate period furniture that's been well cared for, or do you want it to look brand new? And you can use your own judgment to decide, because it's your piece, it's your home, and you're in the driver's seat. So from 1962 to 2017, that's the transformation, and we're very lucky to have these pieces. Well, listen, from our home just outside of Kennesaw here in North Georgia, thanks for watching. Best regards. Take good care.